All right, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. You push your code, the build pipeline is chugging along, and then boom, it's broken by a 500XX server error. Again. Today, we're going to turn that frustration into a superpower. I'm going to show you the systematic protocol for hunting down these errors, turning hours of guesswork into a clear, repeatable process that takes just minutes.
We've all been there, right? The CI/CD pipeline turns red, the build fails, and the culprit is some vague 5XX server error. It's the automation engineer's recurring nightmare. So what's the first instinct? Maybe rerun the job and just cross your fingers, or maybe just ping a developer with a, hey, it's broken. But that's not the pro move. Let me show you the difference.
So what's the real difference? Look, the old way is just chaos. It's guessing, it's pointing fingers at developers, and it's burning hours of everybody's time. The smart way, the way we're going to master today, is all about systematic triage. It's about becoming a partner to the dev team, arming them with actual data so you can pinpoint the root cause together in minutes, not hours.
So why does a 5XX error feel like such a mysterious black box? It's because it tells you something went wrong, but gives you almost zero clues about what went wrong or where. So let's crack this thing wide open.
Here is the absolute most critical thing to understand about a 5XX error. The server is basically telling you, hey, it's not you, it's me. Your request was perfectly valid, the server understood it, but something broke on the inside. This is a game changer. The problem isn't in your test or your request, it's on their side. And that single idea is the foundation for our entire investigation.
This right here is the mindset shift you need. You are no longer just a test runner who reports it's broken. You're a fire investigator. That 5XX error, that's just the alarm bell. It's telling you the building has collapsed. Your job isn't to just point at the smoke. It's to put on the helmet, walk into the rubble, and find the exact point of origin.
So how does an investigator start? Well, they look for evidence. And in the world of distributed systems, your single most important piece of evidence, your secret weapon, is the correlation ID. I want you to think of the correlation ID as the flight recorder for a server request. It's this unique ID that gets stamped on a request the moment it enters the system, and it follows it on its entire journey, through every single microservice, every database call, every step, until it leaves. And why is that flight recorder so critical? Because that ID, it's your master key. It's the one piece of information you can grab from your failed test, drop into a logging tool like Splunk or Kibana, and instantly unlock the entire story. Every log, every event for that one specific failed transaction is suddenly right there at your fingertips. Okay, so we have our master key. Now let's put it to use with the investigator's playbook, the 6-step triage protocol. This is the exact repeatable process you're going to follow every single time a 5X error pops up.
Now the protocol starts on your side, on the client. Step 1, collect everything. And I mean everything. The full request, the response, and most importantly, all the headers. Step 2, retry it. Immediately. We need to know, is this a solid, repeatable bug, or is it some flaky, intermittent issue? That tells us a ton. And step 3, just do a quick sanity check. Review your client logs to make sure the request payload was built exactly like you thought it was. All right, now the investigation pivots from your machine to their servers. Step 4, extract the golden ticket, that correlation ID from the headers you just logged. Step 5 is the moment of truth. You take that ID, you jump into Splunk or Kibana, and you search. And finally, step 6. Armed with the actual stack trace or error message from their logs, you can go to the right team, whether it's dev, data, or ops, and say, hey, I found the issue. Here's the exact log entry. That's how you become a hero. Okay, here's a little pro tip for you, something you won't see in the standard tutorials. If you're using a tool like Rest Assured, using a method like logging.all is an absolute lifesaver. It guarantees that you capture everything you need, especially those headers with the correlation ID, so you're never left without your master key. Just stop and think about that for a second. With one single ID, you went from having zero visibility into that server-side black box to having 100% visibility. You can see the entire unabridged story of that one failed request. And the impact here? It's huge. This isn't just a neat trick. This is all about efficiency. The time it takes to find the root cause of a 500s error just plummets when you have the correlation ID. You're saving yourself and your entire team hours of frustrating detective work. Your future self is going to thank you. But here's where it gets interesting. Knowing the right way is only half the battle.
We gotta talk about the traps, the common pitfalls that even experienced engineers fall into.
Here it is, the #1 rookie mistake everyone makes. Building retry logic that triggers on 4xx client errors. You know, it seems logical. If something fails, just try it again. But in this case, it's completely wrong. Let me put it this way. Retrying a 4xx error is like typing the wrong password for your bank account, getting an error, and then just typing the exact same wrong password over and over again, hoping it will magically work. A 4xx means your request is bad. It will always fail until you fix it. Retries are for temporary server problems, and those are 5xx errors.
And the second big mistake is assuming every 5xx is an application code bug. As you can see, the root cause is often a data or a database issue, or even an infrastructure failure, like a misconfiguration or a server running out of resources. Without checking the server logs, you're just guessing. So let's boil all of this down into the pro engineer's playbook, the key takeaways that really separate the top performers from everyone else. So if you walk away with anything today, let it be these 3 golden rules. Rule 1, a 5.5x is a server problem. Stop guessing and check their side first. Rule 2, the correlation I do is your key. Always use it to search the server logs before you do anything else. And Rule 3, triage the evidence. Use the logs to find the true root cause, whether it's code, data, or infrastructure.
And let me be really clear, this isn't just some handy trick. Mastering this one skill, the ability to independently triage a server-side failure, is what separates senior engineers from the pack. This skill, it's a straight-up career accelerator.
So the next time a 5x error breaks your build, I want you to see it as a test. Are you going to be a simple reporter who files a vague ticket and just waits for someone else to solve it? Or are you going to be the investigator who cracks the case? The choice is yours.